thoughts about that? What are the challenges, and most importantly, as Sachin has been focusing, some of the solutions as well. If we can quickly highlight the challenges and then focus on what can we do to solve these challenges in the supply chain and sourcing of raw materials.
Well, the challenges here are immense. Like we've heard in other discussions, now there's the stuff you buy has to be, those guys have a certificate registration. You can't control their factory, and you could get penalized for using their raw material. So the challenges are huge. I think again, solutions are in the spirit of partnership.
Okay.
So you partner with people who, so you don't call them suppliers, but you call them partners. And if you're growing, then you give them fair rates and pay them on time. I think. So you develop vendors.
Sure.
So when you develop vendors and you're fair to them, I think when you give them volume, when you give them business, and you give them references, and you can do stuff. So
sure.
I think that's one way of developing the smaller vendors. Of course, inshallah, as we have seen some guys come in, there'll hopefully be more, and there'll hopefully be more Indian players who themselves will invest in the sector. I think there's a huge opportunity actually in packaged food.
Yeah. Okay.
So people will hopefully set up factories which will help supply restaurants, we have a processed food line, frozen food line.
Sure.
So I think hopefully the sector will attract more investments.
Okay.
I think from the government side, which they've not really done, is hopefully to incentivize cold chain. Eventually the whole storage, grain, this whole farm to farmer thing is, I think at a macro level the government does need to incentivize it and encourage, because it affects the basic common man also.
Absolutely.
Right? Stuff gets wasted because of that hopefully, but cold chain and everything it's a challenge, but I think you do small things, and with investments in time, I think it'll get better. It has got better.
It definitely will, especially, of course, when it does, but when retail opens up, it definitely will.
Yeah,
because today, who really uses cold chain other than restaurants? Nobody really needs cold chain, because most of your kirana stores don't need cold chain because he's getting it from a very localized supplier.
True.
So, once the bigger guys come in, it's a matter of capacity. Automatically, capacity will be spare, and then you have to find out people who need this capacity, and this avenue will open up to smaller restaurateurs as well. Smaller doesn't necessarily mean that. Right now, cold chain is restricted to only the MNC company, because they're able to give them in the format that they need, because most small restaurateurs are not organized the way that an MNC would, and give a Excel sheet about where consumption is going to go, and with each outlet how it's going to grow, and have a complete back end in place to support that kind of reporting and data management which a high-end cold chain person needs. And of course, with a lot of investment coming, a lot of funds also putting in a lot of money, I think this sector is going to continuously demand for more suppliers putting in money. So maybe the next round of funding will happen
in this space.
But does this mean that we have to wait around while this happens and we can do nothing?
Yes.
We can cultivate, like I said,
cultivate relationships.
Smaller guys to get bigger, and
or you can become an investor in this space.
Sure.
So wait.
Good point.
I think it's a very interesting space.
Yeah, that's a good thought actually.
Very appealing. And
that's a good thought.
I was not able to
they have
understand that they quite probably ahead of times.
I think they were ahead of their times. They did it now. They did it many years. Both are well into right.
1990
almost.
It was ahead of the concept was ahead of its time then.
Yeah.
Sure.
Today, if you do a concept like that,
what our experience in the supply chain side has been like.
But somehow,
in Bombay, we are transporting 50 tons of material a month.
Okay.
Because we've clustered the market. So we have 2 dedicated vans which are operating only for us. But the moment we try to open Bangalore.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm very happy that the big guys are there. So there is a vehicle going from here to Bangalore every day or every alternate day. But I have not seen that help, because they say that no, this van is for me, I'm blocking it completely. I'm not going to allow containers going in.
Okay.
So no big guy is going to help you, as in
yes,
really solve your supply chain problem.
True.
And so it is our need. Like we are not operating in the top 50 cities today only because we can't transport 500 kgs a week, which is my current requirement.
Okay.
So innovation is happening. There are people who are saying that fine, now I have got 5 players who are all looking at 500 kgs a week.
Okay.
So I'm going to consolidate that and take it.
So you create a consortium of other buyers?
The supply chain guy to come up and do that, but solutions are coming up.
Okay.
It is happening.
Okay.
And on the the raw material side, again we very strongly believe in this 80-20 analysis. 80% what we're buying, 80% 20% of the products are 80% of the total budgets.
Okay.
So those are the things where we get into a lot of the nitty-gritty. But see, at the end of the day, potatoes are a big thing, but you can't control the moisture level in the potato at this stage. How much ever you talk of trying to control it.
Okay.
Okay, so it will take time. So there will be seasons when the potato will have a 90% moisture content. There will be seasons when it will be at 85%. So you have to just learn to again, it's like biding your time. It will happen. It will take time. Infrastructure in India will improve. But it's not going to happen overnight.
Okay.
So you kind of just move along with development that is happening.
Okay.
So we got this supplier who's willing to do 500 kgs per week, and so now we have been able to open up 6 cities simultaneously. If he did not show up, he would have still been operating in Bombay, which was the logical, sensible thing to do.
Sure. Sure.
And this is new because this happened last how long when you opened this cities?
Okay, about 6 months back.
Then last a year ago, biggest challenges. He said my challenge
Sure.
in Bombay.
So he's already solved that in 6 months. So that's great.
We didn't solve it. We got lucky.
No. But I think it's a consistent effort.
I was making money. Was Sagar bhai aake bole nahi boss nahi work kiya.
No. I think you're being modest.
You got to keep it.
You've made an effort, and that's what's paid off, Dheeraj. You've made an effort. That's what's paid off, honestly.
I want to bring in my experience onto this table. We are a very young company. We're just 4 to 5 years old. The way we handled our vendors, supply is a part of the function that they do. We are moreover focusing on to the selection of the vendor once. And having selected the vendor as a person and as a company, we then straight move on to the relationship management. And in that, we take 2 levels of relationship management criteria are very, very clear. A, as a company, how do we react to a complaint or an issue that we want to bring it to his notice? We are very, very sensitive. We clearly know that we have experienced a rubber piece in the cheese bar that comes to us. Can you imagine that? HACCP is there, everything, hazardous products are there, everything is there in their place, in that space. You know that the MD of that company called me and said, Sachin, what liked about your company is that the way you brought this to our notice. We didn't make big noise about it. We did not try to commercialize that event also. Maybe we'll cancel our deal or do this or do that. I think that feedback gave us a part saying that this is the practice, which is a good practice that we must engage with our vendors.
So again, it boils down to the association that you develop with them.
And secondly, we always told them, we shared our plans with them, saying that, look, as he said, we want to grow. What are the services that you can offer? Please be very proactive in informing us, and we'll take the lead to inform you what we want. And together can we develop a solution which you can use it for someone else also.
Sure.
So that has been one of the 2 important feedbacks that we have received from our vendors, and we honestly engaged in doing that. We encourage them to come back to us with a solution.
Thanks. We've just got a few minutes left. We could just wind up with the last point of discussion for today, which is infrastructure as a challenge and any solutions in terms of electricity and things like that you all might want to say. We've got 5 minutes left, and then we are done.
Sound from the government of this panel. I don't know. I mean, that's actually very, I think.
Not really in our control.
As restaurateurs, in whichever way you look at it, very frustrating.
Not really in our control.
It's frustrating. It's not. No, I think it's in the government's control, and I think they do a whole lot better on it than they do. So there's no reason for Gurgaon, Noida, and Faridabad to have 12-hour power cuts.
Okay.
No reason.
Sure.
And for parts of Delhi to have 3 to 5 hour power cuts every summer.
Sure.
It's got worse actually. The last 3 years, it's gone from 6 to 8 to 12.
Recently also, I saw it.
There were power riots. There were riots in Gurgaon.
Yes, we of course know of that.
So I think there's no. I think here is just infrastructure is one of the biggest issues in our country. I think unfortunately they haven't given adequate attention to it. They haven't put incentives to it. They haven't. It's actually just our country would be way ahead today with much higher GDP growth and with a lot of other things and benefits for everyone. If the infrastructure had been developed, look at China, look at other countries, and look at the infrastructure.
Anyone want to add to that infrastructure point? Anyone wants to add?
The solution is only if you have decided to be in this business, you better have a DG set in your business.
Okay, fair enough.
You need to have an efficient DG set which costs less than
Absolutely. On a lighter note, what else you could do here?
I mean, Mumbai as a city was a city which never had power cuts. And now I know in the suburbs, parts of Mumbai.
Sure.
No power.
No, we've been quite fortunate in that sense. Except for some parts of New Mumbai, they cut off for some days, 1 day of a week or something like that.
Outside Mumbai.
Yeah, but 1 day a week or something like that for a couple of hours or something like that. Yeah.
Friday
In different parts, it's different days of the week.
A lot of UN cry why the malls are so open and nights being used.
Okay, so we've just any last points because we've just got 2 minutes left. You want to wind up?
Industry is too good, and we all need more investors there.
Final word from each of you. That would be wonderful. Sachin.
I guess by the way these laws are coming in, and we should take it in a very proactive manner. The space is really very exciting. Let's go for it.
Vikram.
I think this is a great business, and what's happening is only a tip of the iceberg. There's a lot more to come.
Opportunity.
Super.
Same here. I just love the business, the way people eat, and we see them eating in the restaurants, and should keep growing. And people should not cook at home.
Okay, that's good, Menush.
I would like a bit more unity in all our restaurateurs and hotel people,
Okay.
where we are more encased in each other's business and we support each other in a way like those good people did.
Okay, Samir.
It's a wonderful industry. I love it. But yeah, totally agree. So all join the restaurant association.
Okay.
We will lead the way.
Kinzel, how about you?
Industry is great, from an outsider's perspective, I'm really enjoying the time in this industry.
Harpal, last words.
Yeah, since we live and breathe with it, innovation is the key. So keep innovating to
Okay.
keep surviving.
Okay. Dheeraj.
I see at least $10 billion Indian food brands coming up in the next 10 years,
Okay.
in spite of all the challenges. So
Okay.
let's hope that many of us are sitting here.
That's fantastic.
Just a small request from our side. You guys have a real management task on you. Just bring a little speed for all of us.
Thank you so much, each of you, for joining us here today. Wonderful to share these thoughts on all these subjects, and hope that people who read about this or hear it can help us make these changes. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Raj.
The Orchid 5-star Ecotel Hotel. Friendly, eco-friendly.